you've been against me the whole time.
I don't even understand how you could feel that way.
Well, let me take you back.
Let's go through.
Take you back to the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
Me and you we used to just with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And you had invited me to come to the podcast, and I hadn't denied it until you mentioned that Charleston White. I invited Charleston White to come here.
And my former host said that he was going to get you set up.
Then he said with a conviction. He said, if that come here, I'm going to set that up. His conviction said he'll really do it.
I'm going to be real. I've known him for a long time. He ain't doing stuff
like
that.
We got that boy Charleston White on why he never, ever wanted to be on No Jumper. Now, if you know anything about that boy Charleston, boy, that's kind of consistent with him. He ain't been on there yet, and this is his first time on there. I'm telling you, boy, the relationship with 607 and Charleston White, the boys open the doors for each other that they never even seen coming before.
You gonna be on there too, right?
Yeah, I'll pop in for a second.
Shout out that boy Adams 22 at No Jumpers, man. See what the boy talking about.
Yeah, he tried to leave me, man. I afraid it was a setup.
Man, don't start there.
I was coming to the internet Saturday morning saying go Van Hernandez. Hernandez done set me up with Adam 22. They done paid the nigga to get me set up over here, my nigga. Yeah. Tried to leave me and have me come over here by myself, and I was coming.
Get in there and defend yourself.
My nigga got discouraged, man. I'm finna book a flight back home. I said, what? You finna leave me?
If y'all know anything about Charleston, boy, he gonna make this public records.
I told my people, I said, homie, I don't know if this nigga Govan trying to set me up. I don't think so, homie, but nigga booked me for Adam 22, and he's hollering about he finna fly back home.
Yeah? You thought he was gonna strand you here?
I thought you paid him some extra money to get to California, get me over here, get me kidnapped, hold me for ransom. Y'all thinking all kind of shit.
Whatever kind of money I got available to pay to do things, it's not like the bags that you be collecting in Memphis to do things, okay?
Okay, well, let me know.
So I'm gonna just throw that out there. I don't get involved in those kind of things. I seen Kenny Money was just out here doing interviews. I got left off the list. Damn. I'm gonna go out on a limb, say that might be because I'm hanging out with you.
Yeah, probably.
Because I vowed to never do this. Because I said, man, I don't trust him. He don't have no substance. So when we got here, my son said, Dad, go buy No Jumper. He told me that 5.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all boys think Charleston White selling out against his morals? Cause he was one to say, like he just said, that he was never gonna come on here. I don't know now. Shout out Charleston though, man, for allowing himself to grow and not let certain things that he said to himself before hold him back from growing in the future.
5 years ago. He said, Dad,
that's
my
your son?
No. My son, Mexican and black.
He said that was your son. I didn't know that was
way more handsome than he want to be my son.
Oh, okay.
He really want me to go with his mama.
Yeah?
But I won't.
Damn.
I like young ladies.
I could serve you up. My mom, too. She's never got black, as far as I know.
Let me have her.
Yeah.
I specialize in those.
Yeah.
I specialize in the ones that ain't been across the railroad track.
You ever just get that deep-seated feeling that your dad ain't beating it up right?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
I have.
You just look at them.
I never thought about my mother getting never.
Yeah.
It's never crossed my mind.
I didn't say
Wow.
You guys
got a special type of friendship, huh?
No, I ain't see. I seen a come out the bedroom.
I
know what they
You done been baby boy before. With Melvin in the house. Yeah. Yeah, but now I said, man, somebody asked me for a few weeks ago. And I said, man, I ain't gonna never do this podcast.
Right.
Because I was mad at you.
Even though, like, from my perspective, it makes no sense because I'm like probably the illest white boy who maybe ever lived.
You ill, but you've been against me the whole time.
I don't even understand
we started
how you could feel that way.
Well, let me take you back.
Let's go through.
Take you back to the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
Me and you we used to just with each other. And you had invited me to come to the podcast, and I hadn't denied it until you mentioned that Charleston White. I invited Charleston White to come here.
And my former host said that he was going to get you set up.
Then he said with a conviction. He said, if that come here, I'm going to set that up. His conviction said he'll really do it.
I'm going to be real. I've known him for a long time. He ain't doing stuff like that.
I ended up speaking to him and his dad, and we ended up getting cool. So, but we don't know at the time.
No, for sure.
At the time, I'm in tour with China Mac and all the Asians. I'm in tour with the California because they say I can't say the word crab and slob because I'm talking to my local Crips and Bloods. So we don't know.
Right. I mean, I wasn't happy about AD doing that at the time. And really, I think he was kind of like trying to live out some sort of like gangster fantasy on the podcast. Like he's the type to get people set up.
Well, we thought he was. So, homie, you got to think, when we looking from afar, all we know, this is his gangbanging culture. We don't know who's what here.
Right.
We just know what he project. And so that's all I had to go off of. I was living in here. I was living in L.A. off of Imperial, Vermont.
Yeah, Charleston ain't going for none of that, boy. You think he finna play safe with y'all boys and y'all over here trying to put it on for the net? He like, nah, but that internet dangerous. He really crashed by that internet, boy, trying to put on for real. And he ain't finna be the example. Other words, he wasn't trying to go ahead and stand on business about all the stuff that he done got himself into. And he was like, yeah, nah, I'm cool. I can see a red flag a mile away. I'm cool, gang.
A little while before that.
We're talking about before you blew up as a podcast.
Yeah, right. Probably a year before that. So I was staying here, and my son used to always tell me, "Dad, try to go by no jumper. Try to go by no." So I was familiar with you from my son because they was watching y'all. When I became big on the internet, I didn't know who you actually were. Didn't know your background. I didn't know Bosco. I didn't know Nina Capone. I didn't know none of these LA.
Nina Boy.
Yeah. That. I didn't know S-Bone, so I didn't know none of these.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. And me and him ended up getting cool.
I interviewed him like 3 days before they killed him. 2 days before.
I started trying to show him how to make money as a content creator doing YouTube. So cause I was starting to learn the game. So I just know when I would do interviews, people would ask me, "Well, what you think about Bosco?" I ain't know nothing about him. So when I watched their interviews, they would ask him, and everybody would have something negative to say. That was my response.
Right.
So I ain't know none of these. So when y'all came here, all y'all knew is I'm just disrespecting Nipsey Hussle. I'm just disrespecting Crips and Bloods. But y'all never went back to the beginning of why.
Right, because you had all these bad experiences when you were doing your little Crip internship out here before you popped.
So why, Charleston? Let me ask him.
Popped off, right?
I've never had a Crip internship out here.
Not formally, but you were trying to hang out with the Crips out here.
I never had a bad experience in California, ever. Right. Melvin Farmer is the biggest lie. I came to live in California to work at Diamond Dale Adolescent Group Home. I met Melvin Farmer at a speaking engagement. He was with the Latin King Tone. Okay. He was doing a speaking engagement with John Gotti's Jr. son, Fred Hampton Jr. And they was on a national speaking tour. That's how I met Melvin Farmer. Okay. I didn't come to California to hang out with that. I came to California to hang out with a childhood friend that I went to school with. Okay. So I landed my dream job, and shout out to Diamond Dale Adolescent Group Home. So I was working with the kids who was either getting ready to go to YA or coming out of YA. So I wasn't out here gangbanging. Right. So I met Melvin Farmer on the internet. He invited me to a speaking engagement with Olympian star Althea Mosley. She's from here, so she's from LA. So I met him doing youth advocacy and anti-gang cognitive intervention work, gang prevention. Right. So I never hung out in LA streets. I would catch the Uber to go hang out with him at St. Andrews Park to work in the community center right there with the kids. So I've never had a bad experience. Okay. So through Melvin Farmer, I met King Baba Louie. When I met King Baba Louie, I had a relative that was in town, that was in town at the time. We all fell in love with King Baba Louie because he didn't come off as a gang-banging guy. So we invited King Baba Louie for a speaking engagement to come to Texas. That's how I got connected here. So through King Baba Louie, I was invited to go to Nipsey's funeral with Melvin because he didn't have a ride to the funeral. He was standing in the backyard of King Baba Louie's mom's house, up there in like a little shack. I caught a lift, met him the day before the day of Nipsey's funeral. He and I lifted to the Rolling 60s neighborhood. Yeah. That day I met Cappuccino, the head of the Rolling 60s. So I met Cappuccino, I met Miss SS, and met a couple other people. Went to the funeral, rode in the car with Cappuccino. Melvin was in another car. Somehow he and I got separated. And this was like a training day experience. I got left with the Rolling 60s after the funeral during the procession.
And is this the moment that convinced you that they were no good?
They never convinced me they were no good. So here's the thing, right? So I get left in a Rolling 60s neighborhood and they finna have Nipsey's procession come through there. Some kind of way, I got stuck with Raymond Washington's daughter, Ray Ray. So I had to hold security, walking with her. So I got separated from Cap Nim, so it's just me and her. So how I conducted myself won their admiration and respect. Melvin's nowhere around. So I'm hearing say, what's up, cuz? Who is homie? That's Skull partner from Texas. What's up with him? I'm looking around saying, how I'm gonna get home? Some kind of way you couldn't use the phone, so I couldn't even get an Uber out of there. So it's nightfall.
That boy surrounded by Crips by himself. His dog done left him. He like, bro, what I'm finna do, bro? How I'm finna get home? With Uber.
Big Psych, one of Washington's partners. One of his best friends, homie, gave me a ride to the deal. I was staying on the borderline of Diver Lanes in the Hoover's neighborhood. Big Psych gave me a ride back. I never seen Melvin Farmer ever again.
Really?
Ever again. So I never had a bad experience in California.
Old story, yeah.
I dressed up every day in coveralls. If I show you my old Facebook page, I was in coveralls, a cowboy hat, Mexican cowboy boots, playing country boy. Hey, how you doing, sister? Hey, how you doing, brother? So I maneuvered through here playing country boy. So I never had no bad experience.
That was that boy Charleston White first ever interview on No Jumper. What? It's about damn time, you heard me. That boy been taking his time to get on there. I don't really blame him, but for a first interview, it seemed to be pretty good. You feel me? I don't see too much animosity. The boys got straight to it. He telling us a little bit about his history in Cali. W video, man. W video. I ain't really fucking do that every fucking time, nigga. Big let's talk about life. I ain't talking about this, I ain't talking about that. I'm trying to get right. No, I come from the bottom, but a nigga like me trying to see new heights. I don't care if people say that shit made up. Whole time it's just hype. Y'all keep y'all stories. Remember them days they thought they could write my life. I got on my shit. I ain't playing no games, I'ma change my life. Ay, I'ma do what I want, it's my life. When they show fake love, I don't like it. Nowadays that shit advertising shit, I chase it and shit I like.